Hey, and welcome back to JBC English Learning Academy. My name is Laura, and I'm here to guide you on your journey to clear, confident, and natural English. If you truly love your parents, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, keep watching the video, and comment on how much you love parents. Your support truly helps this channel grow. Alright, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin today's session. I want you to imagine a quiet morning, a morning where you open your eyes slowly, still feeling the soft weight of sleep on your body, and the air in the room is cool and still, and you can hear only the soft sounds around you, maybe a distant car, maybe a small bird outside your window, or maybe simply silence. And this morning feels like a fresh page, a new beginning, a moment when you can decide the kind of day you want to have. And as you lie there in your bed, you feel both calm and unsure. Because motivation, the energy to start and continue, does not always come easily, especially when the days feel the same or when life feels heavy. And maybe you have had mornings when you woke up tired, stressed, or unexcited, and you asked yourself, how do I keep going? How do I stay motivated every day? And today, in this story, we will walk together through the small and simple moments that help you discover that motivation can be something gentle, something that grows slowly, something that does not need to be loud or strong, but something that can live quietly inside you, waiting for your attention. And so, in this story, I will guide you gently, step by step, with friendly, simple English, like a calm voice sitting beside you, helping you listen, understand, and speak with more confidence, because at JBC English Learning Academy, our goal is not only to teach English, but to help you feel connected through stories that feel real, warm, and human. Stories that help you grow both in language and in life. And so, on this special morning, you imagine yourself rising slowly from bed, placing your feet on the floor, feeling the cool surface beneath your toes, and taking a deep breath, noticing how your chest rises and falls, and for a moment, you just sit there quietly. Because sometimes the first step in motivation is silence, silence that helps you hear your own thoughts more clearly. And as you sit there, you begin to think of the day ahead, and maybe you feel excited, or maybe you feel unsure. Or maybe you feel nothing at all, just a simple awareness of the day waiting for you. And that is okay, because motivation does not always arrive with energy. Sometimes it begins with gentle awareness. You stand up slowly, stretch your arms, stretch your back, and feel your body waking up. And as you walk toward the window, you pull the curtains open, and the light enters the room, soft at first, but slowly growing brighter. And this light feels like a reminder that another day has begun, a day full of possibilities, a day full of small moments that can change you. You look outside at the world waking up, the soft glow of the sky, the quiet movement of the trees, the gentle rhythm of life, and you begin to wonder what this day will bring you, because every day can bring something new, even if life feels repetitive. And as you breathe in, you tell yourself, I want to find motivation today, but you are still not sure how. And that is the beginning of your journey in this story, because motivation begins where questions begin. After a moment, you move to the kitchen, still feeling the slow rhythm of the morning in your body, and you prepare a warm drink, tea, coffee, or maybe just warm water. And as you hold the cup in your hands, you feel the gentle heat travel into your fingers. And this warmth makes you feel alive, connected to the moment, and this, too, is part of motivation, feeling present. You take a slow sip, taste the comfort of the drink, and let it anchor you, because sometimes the smallest actions create the biggest changes in the mind. And while you stand there, slowly drinking, you remember something you heard before, that motivation is not something we wait for, it is something we create. But maybe you never truly understood what that meant, and maybe it sounded too big, too complex, or too difficult. But here, in this simple morning, you begin to understand that motivation is created through small actions, through gentle movement, through simple choices, like waking up, opening the window, letting in the light, drinking something warm, or taking one quiet breath. These actions might seem small, but they make your mind feel ready, and when your mind feels ready, motivation starts to grow. But then, as you finish your drink, a familiar thought enters your mind, a worry, a doubt, a question that whispers, "Will I stay motivated today? Or will I lose this feeling in a few hours?" And this thought is normal because motivation is not a constant burning flame. It is a small light that needs care, something you build moment by moment. And so, as you stand there, you decide to do something different today, something simple but powerful. You choose one clear thing you want to focus on, not a big goal, not a perfect plan, just one small intention for the day. Maybe your intention is to learn a few new English words, or maybe it is to finish a task you have delayed, or maybe it is simply to stay calm and kind to yourself. Whatever it is, you choose it quietly, gently, without pressure, and you repeat it softly in your mind. This small intention becomes your direction for the day. You look around your space and notice how everything is still quiet, and you feel that this quietness supports you, and maybe you even smile a little, because this morning feels different from other mornings. It feels like the beginning of a story you want to be part of. You finish your drink, place the cup in the sink, and prepare for the day, moving slowly but with purpose, and as you move, you continue thinking about your intention, and that intention makes you feel more focused, more aware, more alive. But motivation is not only about planning, it is also about emotion, and as you prepare, you remember a time in your past when you felt strong motivation, maybe a moment when you started something new, learned something new, or felt proud of yourself. And you allow yourself to feel that memory again, because memories can be powerful teachers. They remind you that you have felt motivation before, and you can feel it again. You take another deep breath and slowly, you step outside your home, entering the soft brightness of the new day, and as the air touches your face, you feel fresh, awake, and ready. The world around you begins to move, the sounds of life growing louder, the people starting their day, the gentle rhythm of traffic, the soft hum of the morning, and all these sounds make you feel connected, part of something bigger, and this feeling gives you strength. You begin walking, slowly and calmly, noticing the details around you, the pavement beneath your feet, the way the light reflects on the windows, the shadows of the trees gently shaking, the small moments of beauty that often go unnoticed. And while you walk, a thought grows inside you, a thought that says, "I can create a good day. I can build motivation through small steps," and this thought feels comforting, like a soft hand on your shoulder. But your mind also brings you challenges, because that is natural. You think about the tasks you must do today, the responsibilities waiting for you, the problems you have not solved yet, and these thoughts make your steps slow for a moment, because life is never simple and motivation must live inside real life, with all its questions and difficulties. Yet, something inside you feels different today. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you feel curious. Instead of feeling stressed, you feel ready. And as you continue walking, the world around you becomes part of your story, and every sound, every movement, every breath feels like a small reminder that you are alive and that you are capable. When you reach a quiet corner, you stop for a moment, close your eyes, and breathe deeply, letting the air fill your lungs, And as you exhale, you feel your shoulders relax. You open your eyes again, and in that small moment, you realize something important. Motivation is not an emotion that arrives magically. It is a rhythm, a practice, a daily choice made through small, simple steps. And this realization brings you a sense of calm, because it means that you do not need to feel strong every day. You only need to show up, gently, slowly, with honesty. And so, with this feeling, you continue your morning walk, and the story of your day begins. You are not looking for a perfect day. You are creating a meaningful one. And this is the beginning of learning how to stay motivated every day, one quiet morning at a time. As your morning slowly becomes the middle of the day, you begin to feel the world move a little faster around you, and you feel yourself moving with it, step by step, thought by thought, and the calm softness of the early hours begins to mix with new sounds, new responsibilities, new people, and new emotions, and this change of rhythm is something you feel in your body. Something that can either lift your motivation higher or slowly pull it down, depending on how you react to the moments in front of you. And so as you walk through your day, you carry with you the small intention you chose in the morning, holding it like a quiet light in your mind, something gentle and steady, something that reminds you who you want to be today. And as you move into the middle of the day, you notice that life brings you small challenges that are not dramatic or dangerous, but small, real, human moments that test your patience and your focus. Maybe you arrive at work or school or your study place, and people around you are busy, talking, moving, asking questions, sharing problems, and you feel the energy of all these people blending together into a loud, colorful atmosphere. An atmosphere that can inspire you or overwhelm you, depending on how you breathe through it. You take a quiet breath and remind yourself of your intention again, telling yourself, I want to stay motivated today, and this thought guides you through the noise, like a small anchor in a busy sea. As you begin your first tasks of the day, you notice something interesting. Motivation feels easier when things go smoothly, when everything you do feels simple, clear, and predictable. But the moment you face something confusing or difficult, your motivation begins to shake a little, like a small candle in the wind. And this is normal. This is part of being human, and it is part of the story we are exploring today, because real motivation is not tested in easy moments, but in the moments when you feel stuck, tired, or unsure. And so, as you sit down to work or study, you start something important, maybe writing an email, solving a problem, practicing your English, completing a task you promised, or trying to learn something new. And in the beginning, everything feels clear, but then, slowly, you feel your mind get tired, or you lose focus, or the task becomes more difficult than you expected, and you begin to feel that familiar feeling, the feeling that makes you want to stop, take a break, or change to something easier. Your motivation begins to fade a little. You look away from your task, you look at your phone, or maybe you stare out a window and your mind begins to wander. You begin to think of other things, things you need to do later, things you forgot, things you worry about, and suddenly you realize that your focus is gone. And for a moment, you feel a little disappointed with yourself. You think, why can't I stay motivated? But this moment, this exact moment when your motivation begins to weaken, is the most important moment of the day, because this is when you learn what real motivation is. Real motivation is not feeling excited all the time. Real motivation is returning to your intention even when your mind gets distracted. And so, you pause, breathe, and remind yourself gently, it's okay to get distracted. Everyone does. But I can come back. And slowly, calmly, you bring your attention back to your task. You do not force yourself. You guide yourself. You speak to yourself the way a friend would speak to you, with kindness and patience. And when you return to your work, even if it's just for 5 strong minutes, you feel something small and powerful: pride. You feel proud because you chose to continue. You feel proud because you did not give up completely. And that feeling, that small sense of progress, gives your motivation new strength. You begin to notice something important. Motivation grows when you take action, even a small one. It grows when you sit down again, when you try again, when you take one more step. And so you continue working, slowly, calmly, with soft focus, letting your mind settle into the rhythm of the task. And after some time, something interesting happens. You enter a moment of flow, a moment where everything feels smoother, your thoughts feel clearer, your movements more natural, and you begin to enjoy what you are doing, or at least feel comfortable with it. And this flow carries you forward, helping you finish your task, and when you finish, you feel something warm inside you, a simple but deep satisfaction. And this satisfaction is one of the most important sources of motivation. You tell yourself, "I did it," and those 3 little words become powerful fuel for your day. But life is not only about work or study. Motivation is also about how you take care of yourself in the middle of the day. And so, after completing your task, you take a short break, maybe walking outside, maybe stretching your arms, maybe drinking water, or maybe just standing up and breathing deeply. And in this break, you feel your mind relax, your body open, your energy reset. Breaks are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of wisdom. They keep your motivation alive. Then you return to the rhythm of your day. You meet someone, a friend, a coworker, a classmate, and you share a small conversation. Maybe they tell you about their morning, or maybe they share a problem they are facing, or maybe they simply smile at you, and that small human interaction changes your energy. People are mirrors. They reflect motivation, emotion, and connection. A small smile can lift your spirit. A kind word can give you hope. A short conversation can remind you that you are not alone in your journey. And as you walk through the middle of your day, you keep noticing small things: the sound of footsteps, the way sunlight touches a wall, the smell of food from a nearby cafe, the sound of laughter in the distance. And you realize that motivation does not always come from big goals. Sometimes it comes from small beauty. You feel your mind open again, your heart soften a little, your energy rise. And in this moment, you realize something meaningful. Motivation is not about being strong every second. It is about reconnecting with yourself again and again throughout the day. And so the middle of your day becomes a dance, a gentle movement between focus and breaks, between effort and rest, between challenge and small victories. And every time your motivation fades, you remind yourself, motivation is not something I wait for. It is something I create through small actions. This simple thought becomes your quiet guide, leading you through the noise, through the responsibilities, through the natural ups and downs of the day. And as the afternoon sun begins to lower slightly, you feel something different from the morning. Not excitement, not stress, but something steadier, a soft, calm motivation that comes from doing your best, coming back again and again, and treating yourself with patience. And with that feeling, you continue your journey through the day. As the day slowly moves into the afternoon, you begin to feel a change in your body and your mind, a kind of quiet tiredness that arrives after hours of work, movement, thinking, and living, and this tiredness is something almost everyone feels. A soft heaviness that makes your steps a little slower and your thoughts a little quieter, and in this moment, your motivation feels delicate, like something you need to hold gently with both hands so it doesn't slip away, and the afternoon becomes a kind of test. A test not of strength but of understanding, because afternoon motivation is different from morning motivation. It requires patience, calmness, and kindness toward yourself, and as you continue your day, you begin to understand this difference. Maybe you are walking back from a class, or sitting at your desk, or cleaning your room, or finishing a job, and as you pause for a moment, you feel the warm afternoon light touching your skin, and it reminds you that time is moving, that the day is passing, that you are already in the middle of your journey, and you think back to the morning, to the fresh energy you felt when everything was new and light, and you wonder where that energy has gone, and you start to ask yourself, how do I stay motivated now, when I feel tired, when I feel slow, when I feel like stopping, and these questions fill your mind like clouds drifting across the sky. You take a deep breath and allow yourself to feel everything without fighting it, and in this moment, you realize something very important. It is normal to feel tired in the afternoon. It is natural. It is human. And motivation is not about being perfect. It is about continuing even when you feel imperfect. So you sit for a moment, letting your body settle, letting the quiet afternoon air surround you, and you listen to the soft sounds around you. Maybe the distant hum of people talking, maybe the gentle movement of the wind, maybe the silence of a room where everyone else is working and you feel yourself slowing down, but in a peaceful way. You close your eyes for a few seconds, breathe slowly, and when you open them again, the world looks just a little softer, a little calmer, and this calmness gives you space to think about your intention again. You remind yourself of the small promise you made in the morning, that gentle direction you chose for the day, and you silently repeat it to yourself, not with pressure, but with warmth, and suddenly the intention feels alive again, like a small light that refused to disappear. You begin to move again, maybe picking up your work, maybe walking to a new place, maybe preparing something simple, and as you move, you notice something surprising. Even though your body feels tired, your mind is beginning to feel clearer, as if the pause you took carved out fresh space inside your thoughts. And as you continue, a new challenge appears, not dramatic, not big, but meaningful. Maybe a coworker needs your help. Maybe a friend sends a message asking for support. Maybe you need to learn a new idea or fix a small problem that slows you down. And when this challenge arrives, your tired afternoon self feels a moment of resistance. You think, not now. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with more problems. But then something inside you shifts. You remember that motivation often grows from helping, from solving, from contributing, from connecting, and so you choose, gently, to face the challenge instead of avoiding it. You approach the problem slowly, step by step, calmly, without rushing, without fear, and as you do, you start to notice how your mind wakes up again, like a light turning back on. Maybe you spend 10 minutes helping someone understand something, or fixing a simple mistake, or answering a question, or rearranging something that needs attention, and by the time you finish, you feel a sense of quiet accomplishment that fills your chest with warmth. You think, I did something good, and this simple thought gives your motivation a gentle but strong push forward. You continue the rest of your afternoon with this renewed energy, not energetic like the morning, but stable, grounded, peaceful like the slow, steady movement of a river. And as you walk or work or read or study, you begin to notice how small successes build motivation, how every small win gives you a little strength, little by little, moment by moment, until suddenly you realize that you are still moving, still growing, still learning, even though you felt tired earlier. But then another moment arrives, a moment that happens in almost every afternoon, the moment of doubt. Maybe you suddenly start thinking about your future and the thought feels heavy. Maybe you wonder if you are on the right path. Maybe you think of something you haven't finished or something you want to change in your life. And the doubt grows. And your motivation begins to shake again. You feel the familiar pressure in your chest, the familiar whisper in your mind that says, maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I'm not strong enough. Maybe I'm too slow. And this moment is emotional, tender, and difficult, and you pause again, letting the doubt move through you, feeling it but not letting it control you. You place your hand on your chest or hold your own hands together and tell yourself in simple, soft words, it's okay. I'm doing my best. And as you say this, something beautiful happens. The doubt loosens its hold. It does not disappear completely, but it becomes softer, lighter, like a shadow rather than a storm. And you tell yourself one more truth, I do not need to be perfect. I only need to continue. These words become a kind of medicine for your mind. You take another deep breath and then you decide to do one small positive thing, maybe organizing something small on your desk, maybe writing one line in a notebook, maybe reading one page, maybe practicing a few minutes of English, maybe sending a kind message to someone, and this single small action becomes a turning point in your afternoon. It tells your brain that you are still in motion, still trying, still alive, still present, and this gives your motivation a new, gentle wave of strength. And as the afternoon slowly begins to move closer to evening, the sun becoming softer, the shadows becoming longer, you find yourself in a new emotional place, calmer, more reflective, more aware of the rhythm of the day. And you understand something deep and simple. Motivation is not one big moment. It is a series of very small moments, held together by your intention and your kindness toward yourself. And with this understanding, you continue through the final part of your afternoon, ready to meet the quiet, thoughtful energy of the evening that will soon arrive. As the afternoon slowly fades and the evening begins to arrive, you feel the energy of the day change once again, becoming softer, calmer, deeper, almost like the world is taking a long breath after many hours of movement. And this shift in the air touches your mind and your heart, reminding you that the day is entering its quieter side, the side where everything slows down and you have a chance to look back, to understand yourself, and to reconnect with the feeling of motivation in a gentler way. You look at the sky and see how the light becomes warmer, maybe golden, maybe orange, maybe soft blue, and this color touches your emotions, making you feel peaceful, thoughtful, or even a little nostalgic. And you realize that evening is a special time for your motivation, because it is the time when you decide whether to finish your day with strength or to let your energy fade away. And so you choose, in this moment, to stay present with your intention, the same intention you created in the morning, the one that guided you through the busy hours, the difficult moments, the small victories, the distractions, and the challenges of the day. You carry this intention with you as you walk, maybe toward your home, or maybe toward a place you like, maybe a park, a quiet street, or a room where you feel safe, and as you move through the evening air, you feel the softness of the wind touching your face, the gentle cooling of the temperature, and the sense that the world around you is slowly calming down. You begin to walk more slowly, not because you are tired, but because the evening invites you to slow down, to breathe deeper, to think more clearly. And as you walk, you begin to reflect on your day, not with judgment, not with pressure, but with quiet curiosity. You think about the moments when you felt strong, the moments when you lost focus, the moments when you helped someone or solved a small problem, the moments when you doubted yourself, and the moments when you found your energy again. Each of these moments tells a story, the story of a real human trying, learning, growing, and moving forward. And as you reflect, you begin to realize that motivation is not one big feeling that stays with you all day. It is a gentle rhythm, a quiet dance between effort and rest, between energy and calmness, between focus and softness. And this understanding brings a kind of peace to your heart, because you begin to see that motivation is not a problem you must fix. It is a relationship you must take care of. When you finally arrive home or find a quiet place to sit, you exhale slowly, letting your whole body relax, and you feel the weight of the day leaving your shoulders, leaving your mind, leaving your breath. You look around your space, and maybe it is simple, maybe it is small, maybe it is still full of things you need to do, but in this moment it feels safe, it feels familiar, it feels like a place where you can rest and grow. You sit down, maybe on a chair, maybe on a bed, maybe on a sofa, and you let your body melt into the softness beneath you. You close your eyes for a moment, hearing the soft evening sounds, maybe distant traffic, maybe birds returning home, maybe the quiet movement of someone in another room, and you feel yourself settling deeper into the present moment. You take a deep breath in, hold it gently, and then let it out slowly, feeling your body relax even more. And as you sit there, you begin to think about something important, the kind of person you want to be, not in the future, not tomorrow, but right now in this evening. You think about your intention again, the simple purpose you chose in the morning, and you ask yourself, did I walk with this intention today? Did I try? Did I come back even when I lost my focus? And as you think, you realize that you did try. You did come back. You did continue. And that is what matters most. You smile softly, feeling a warm pride inside your chest, a gentle recognition that you were kind to yourself today, that you showed up for yourself, even in small ways. And this small pride becomes a new form of motivation, a quiet evening motivation that feels different from the morning excitement and the afternoon effort. It feels deeper, more emotional, more connected to who you want to become. You stand up slowly and begin to prepare your evening routine, maybe washing your face, maybe taking a warm shower, maybe making a simple meal, maybe turning on a soft light in your room, and each small action feels meaningful, almost like a ritual that helps you close the day with gentleness. As you move through these simple actions, you notice how your mind begins to clear, how the noise of the day fades little by little, and how your heart feels lighter. You begin to think about the future, but not with fear or pressure, with quiet hope, with soft curiosity. You think about the small goals you want to continue, the habits you want to build, the language skills you want to practice, the person you are slowly becoming. And as you prepare your meal, or drink your tea, or sit quietly near your window, you feel something beautiful, a sense of connection with yourself. You understand yourself better. You see your strengths more clearly. You accept your weaknesses more gently. And you begin to realize that staying motivated every day is not about being strong all the time. It is about knowing yourself, respecting your energy, and listening to your heart. You look outside again and see the evening deepening, the sky becoming darker, the soft glow of the lights turning on in the distance, and you feel grateful for this quiet moment of reflection. You take another deep breath, letting the air fill your lungs and calm your mind, and you begin to notice how your entire day has been a journey from morning intention to afternoon challenge to evening understanding. And in this understanding, something inside you transforms. You begin to see that motivation is not something you must fight for. It is something you can grow gently, like a small plant that needs light, water, patience, and care. And this thought becomes your final realization of the evening. Motivation grows when I grow. Motivation lives when I live with intention. With this soft truth resting in your mind, you prepare to enter the final part of your day, the night, where reflection turns into rest and rest turns into new strength for tomorrow. As night finally arrives and the quiet darkness wraps gently around your home, you feel the whole world slow down in a way that only nighttime can create, and you sense the soft silence growing deeper with every minute, a silence that gives your mind space to breathe, to think, and to understand the story of your day from a calmer, softer place inside you. You look around your room and notice how the shadows fall differently at night, how the light from a lamp or a small window creates a warm and peaceful atmosphere, and in this atmosphere, you begin to feel safe enough to rest, safe enough to reflect, safe enough to understand your journey. You sit down or lie down somewhere comfortable, maybe on your bed, maybe on a sofa, maybe on the floor with a soft pillow behind your back, and as you settle into this quiet moment, you take a long, slow breath in and gently let it out. Feeling your whole body relax, your shoulders drop, your mind loosen its hold on the rush of the day. You begin to think about the hours that have passed, from the early morning light to the calm evening air, and you see your day not as a perfect performance, but as a gentle path where you tried, learned, adjusted, and continued. And as you reflect, you begin to notice something important. The moments that helped you stay motivated were not big, dramatic events. They were small moments. Moments of choice, moments of awareness, moments of kindness toward yourself. You think about the morning intention you set, that small, gentle promise that guided you through the busy hours, and you smile softly because you realize that one small intention can shape an entire day. You think about the afternoon challenges you faced, the moments when you felt tired, distracted, or doubtful, and you remember how you came back each time, not perfectly, not quickly, but with patience, with breath, with calm determination. And you think about the evening, the peaceful light, the warm sense of pride, the soft understanding that motivation lives inside these small, simple moments of effort and rest. And as you lie there, with the night surrounding you like a soft blanket, you begin to see the deeper truth behind your day. Motivation is not a fire that burns loudly. It is a quiet light that you carry within you, a light that grows when you pay attention to it. When you speak to yourself kindly, when you return to your intention even after getting lost. This realization fills you with a sense of calm strength, a feeling that says, I can do this again tomorrow. I can grow, I can learn, I can continue. And with that feeling, you begin to think about your life in a wider way, not just the events of the day, but the story of who you are becoming. You imagine yourself weeks from now, months from now, maybe even years from now, and you see a person who continues to show up every day with gentle motivation, a person who grows slowly but steadily. A person who learns English or builds new habits or follows dreams not through sudden bursts of energy, but through daily intention, daily effort, daily kindness. And the thought warms your heart because you realize that you do not need to change everything at once. You only need to move one step at a time. You take another slow breath, letting the air fill your body, letting your mind soften, and you feel a sense of gratitude rising inside you. Gratitude for the day, gratitude for your effort, gratitude for your ability to reflect, gratitude even for the difficult moments that taught you something important. Gratitude becomes a gentle wave inside your chest, washing away the remaining tension of the day, leaving behind only calmness and acceptance. And as you rest in this feeling, your mind drifts to the idea of tomorrow, but not with fear or pressure, rather with a soft hope that tomorrow will bring new chances, new small steps, new moments of growth. You imagine waking up again, opening your eyes slowly, feeling the morning light touch your face, and choosing once again a simple intention that guides you kindly through the day. And as you picture this, you realize that the story of motivation is not a story of one day. It is a story that continues every morning and every night, a story that grows inside you with practice and patience. You begin to feel your eyelids growing heavier, your breath slowing down, your body preparing for rest, and you let yourself sink deeper into the softness beneath you, trusting that rest is not the end of motivation, but part of it, part of the cycle that keeps you balanced and strong. You whisper to yourself quietly, maybe even silently inside your mind, "I did my best today. I will try again tomorrow." And this simple sentence becomes a gentle gift to yourself, a reminder that effort is enough, that trying is enough, that being human is enough. The room around you becomes quieter and darker, the night becoming deeper, the world becoming softer, and you feel yourself drifting slowly towards sleep, carrying with you the calm understanding that motivation is not a mountain to climb, but a small light to protect, a light you can carry with you through every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and every night. You breathe one last long breath, letting your whole body release into the quiet darkness, and you let your mind rest in the comforting truth that you are growing, you are learning, and you are becoming the person you want to be, one gentle day at a time. And with that soft truth resting peacefully inside your heart, you close your eyes, letting the night hold you, letting rest rebuild your strength, letting tomorrow wait gently for you to rise again. Thank you so much for joining today's lesson here at JBC English Learning Academy. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below telling me what you want to learn next. Your support helps the channel grow and helps me create more lessons for you. Take care, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next class.